Let's talk for a moment about double pegging, which is the art of using one peg for two separate stitches. Now, I know I really have more pegs, but let's pretend I only have 7 and I need 8. Here's what I would do. These are already cast on, but you could do this on the cast on row as well. Knit the 7 that I do have, and decide where I want the spare one. I've already decided in this case I want it at the end of the row. Cast it on in any way that's acceptable to you based on the work you're doing. So now I have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Return trip. Knit the stitch number 8, which is stitch number 1 of the new row. Stitch number 7. Move 7 on top of 8, so it'll be in the correct order for the next row. And we'll knit the rest of the row normally. And these stitches will look perfectly normal because they've been knitted on the same pegs as everything else. Now, time for me to go back from left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As usual. Now I need to knit 7, which we left stacked on top of 8. Move it over so that I can knit 8. And keep repeating the same operation. Always remembering your mind is going to say, ooh, 2 loops, I better knit over. Think again. Remember, there are 2 stitches. So on the return trip, we do what we did the same last time. 8, 7, move 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There are 2 reasons I know to use this. One of them is this, that I don't quite have enough pegs for my job. The other is wishing to create shaping while knitting something in the round that doesn't really exist. There don't exist pegs between pegs. So if I needed to increase right here, we could use the same technique. I saw a very cute tam o' shanter hat knitted this way, with increases all around, worked by double pegging. I knit it up through stitch 3, move 3 out of the way temporarily, cast on another stitch, and from now on I'll have 2 to keep up with that are double pegged, this and this, and you really have to concentrate if you do this, but like everything else you get used to it. These are normal. 7 is stacked up on 8, so I'll knit 7, catching only the 7 loop. Move the stitch over, knit 8, on the return trip, 8, 7, catching only the loop for 7, move 7 back on top of 8, always keeping them in order. And actually my names for the stitches are now incorrect because of the spare one here. Let's double check. This is indeed the next stitch that should be knitted. Oops. So we knit it, catching only the loop that belongs to it. Move it out of the way, knit its neighbor, and so on. I'll do a couple more rows and then we'll get this swatch off, and you can see that they are perfectly normal stitches. They will show, what did I just do? Exactly what I told you not to do. I knitted one stitch over the other. See how easy it would be to let yourself make that mistake. But you won't do it because you won't be running your mouth. Normal up to here. I'm double checking that these are in the correct order, and you can see they are. This is an interior stitch, this is an edge stitch. So we go ahead and knit it, move it, knit the other one. Here's something you might think would be a problem that is actually not. If I have to set down my work and come back and I wonder, oh, have I knitted and moved the stitches or not? It's very easy to tell. I've knitted this one. The yarn is going right through it. And I haven't knitted the one next to it. So it should be time to do so. That's not mysterious at all. And here we go. 9 stitches, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, knitted on 7 pegs. And all of these look perfectly normal. Where I increased in mid-row, you can see it right there. And below here is where I was fooling around before I got on the film. I had already increased and decreased, experimenting. You can see it there and there. And here's where you came in. I was here and I increased so as to have stitch number 8. It's really a useful and simple technique if you're only either a few pegs short or you want some mid-row shaping.